YouTube, I'm your friendly neighborhood N-Man64, and I'm bringing you the next episode of Crash Bandicoot. In the last episode, we did a bunch of other things, and now I'm doing a thing I don't like. Yeah, welcome to the road to nowhere, arguably my least favorite thing in existence. These are disappearing bridge levels, which pretty much means exactly what I said it does. There will be instances where parts of the bridge do not exist. They will exist, and then they will not. You've got to make very long, overly complicated jumps. Hey, I actually managed to do it for once without blowing myself up. It's a Christmas miracle. And obviously, as you can see, they didn't want to just make things too easy for you, so they added a frickin' pig to avoid. Isn't that just metangical? Isn't that just metangical? I believe this is again another one of those levels we can't complete without getting a certain colored gem. I will try to get as many of the colored gems as I can for you guys, but the odds of me getting them all are slim to none because a lot of the ones that have the colored gems have already come and passed. But hey, like I said, it's not a big deal. This isn't a complete, perfect, 100% run through a game. I almost never do that. I only do that if I'm feeling incredibly insane that day. Which I will admit is some days. Now there is a shortcut you can do to avoid these pigs and basically make the road a lot easier. However, I don't recommend doing it if you're a newbie at platforming because it is particularly difficult to pull off. You can, as you would guess, be able to run on the ropes, which you can do. However, because they have such a very small gap between, since it's such a small thing to be able to walk on, one even slight hiccup will result in your death. I don't recommend it unless you're really good at it. Even that's how I managed to get perfect scores on things like this for my 100% run through Crash. It's not an easy thing to do, but I'm starting to think I might have to because of this frickin' pig. I have no way of killing it without sacrificing an Aku Aku pit, which you never know, you might need for later on down the road. And hit you. Oh! Jerk move, game. Jerk move. Alright. I think the most frustrating part about this game, in comparison to the other Crash games, is that there's such little margin for error in this game in particular. Crash 2 and Crash 3, at least, they understand where, oh my god, that I just cheated death. That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. But I'm gonna die soon, so it's not like it's gonna mean anything. But there is such little margin for error in this particular level that, and just this game in general, that Crash 2 was made somewhat easier because of that, while also being made significantly more challenging. And Crash 3 was just made significantly easier than Crash 2, which means it's like, I don't know, Crash 3 is sort of like the Mario 64 of the Crash series. You either really love it, or you think it's kind of overrated. For me, I love it, but again, I was introduced to Crash 2 first, so to me it's a little bit easier. Like, if you were introduced to Mario World before you were introduced to Super Mario 64, you'd probably think Mario World was better because, oh, well, it's just the perfect level of difficulty for you. Mario 64, not so much. God, they even have a pig over here. Come on. Alright. And I'm dead. Because this pig just likes to murder. The murdering pigs of Pigland. I don't know. I think the worst part is there are so few areas in these particular levels. Because yes, there is another one of this type in this game. This is the road to nowhere. I don't remember what the other one's called, but believe me, we'll get there. There's just such little room to contemplate your next move. You have to keep moving no matter what on these levels. Like, for all the other games, like all the other platformers of our time, like Mario 64 and, hell, even Sonic Adventures, they give you all this time so you can plan out your next move if you feel you might need it. Alright, let's see. Make sure I don't get blown up. Thank you, that's 5, 6, 7, and the last two are 8, 9. Perfect. Bye, Tawna. Bye, Tawna. How many times is Tawna Bandicoot just gonna escape from Cortex's clutches only to be recaptured by her? Honestly, I find that more insulting than I do Princess Peach constantly getting kidnapped. Or Zelda constantly getting kidnapped. And I missed 11. Well, again, that's also because I think you need a gem to get to those extra ones. 11 boxes is not bad. And the fact that I was able to actually get through this level while only shaving off like a third of my lives, I think is worth it. Oh, goody, another boulder one. As you would expect, this one is slightly more challenging than the original boulder level that we had. I don't think new elements are introduced yet. I think those are come out in Crash 2. I think for the most part this is just precision jumps, you know? And actually someone brought that up to me one time when we were having a conversation about it. What would Crash technically be considered like in terms of difficulty? And I'd say it's definitely, of the platforming games, it's not as evil as some of the older ones like Battletoads, for example, but it's definitely no walk in the park. Like, let's compare like Spyro 1, this, Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, and like Sonic Adventures. The easiest of them are probably Spyro and Mario. But again, each of those games also has their own unique challenges. That it's very easy for someone to just walk into, but it's also fairly decent for... Yeah, screw that. That's a trick, and I know it. It's gonna murder me. Like, I would say Mario and Spyro are definitely the easiest of those games. Unless, of course, you're adding Kirby into the equation, and then Kirby 64. I'd say it's Kirby 64 on the lowest tier in terms of that being the easiest. Spyro and Mario being one tier above that, which is easy, but has its own unique challenges to it. And no, I'm not talking about like 100%, I mean just playing the game in general. And yep, we need another gem for that one, and we didn't get it, so we have... Oh boy, I'm gonna break your spine. Oh, I thought I was gonna break your spine again, Crash. I'm sorry. Then I'd say the next level of difficulty is probably Sonic, and then Banjo, because Sonic, it's because of its horrible control. Oh shit, Sunset Vista. Oh wow, that means we're almost up to Koala Con. Alright, that's fine. Alright, Sunset Vista, before I get back into my point that I was talking about, is one of the longest and most convoluted levels in this game. Like, it is an insanely long level. Do not be shocked if this is what we're doing for the majority of this episode. That's all I'm going to say on that. Basically the same stuff as all those previous other Ruins levels that we've done. Like the bats and the moving walls and all them shenanigans. Multiplied up by like 11. Because this level, every time you think you're advancing to another part or to a more dangerous part of... Come on, get over here. Thank you. Every time you feel like you're advancing to the end of the level, you're only advancing to like the next part of it. You're not even close to the end yet. I will let you guys know when we're near the end, but I can assure you that's not even close to where we are right now. But yeah, Spyro and Banjo would be the next tier above that, because Mario 64 has a lot of the stars that you can get are relatively easy, but then later on, like by the end of the game, by the later portions of the game, by the later portions of the game, the stars are harder to catch. And for Spyro, the same thing. Like you could probably beat Spyro in a sitting of about 45 minutes. That was a bad jump. A bad and poorly timed jump on my part. Banjo sort of, with the exception of with the exception of Mumbo's Mountain, really gets difficult progressively more and more challenging as the game goes on. And then Sonic Adventures is just because of the not so good control of that game. And before you say, hey, he hates another Sonic game, I'm like, I don't hate all Sonic games, don't worry. The Game Boy Sonic games are some of the best games I've personally played in my lifetime. Some of the first Game Boy games I played in my lifetime, outside of Pokemon and Elmo and Crouchland and Aladdin. Wasn't particularly smart, but I really didn't have much of a choice there except to sacrifice. Shit! I need to get up there so I can get one of the Cortex coin tokens, because yes, as you saw, there is a key that we can collect here, and in order to collect it and unlock another level, we have the frickin' bats. We have to get all of the Cortex tokens, just the same as we would get all the Tawna and all the Tawna and Embryo tokens. Get rid of that. I need you. Oh no, you rat bastard! I don't think there's a way for us to get it now. I really don't think there's a way for us to get it now. Oh well, maybe I'll die here. Or maybe I'll get it off screen, I don't know. But no, I would imagine we're going to be here for the majority of the level. Of the episode, sorry, not the level. We're going to be on this level for the majority of the episode. Or we're going to be at this episode for the majority of the level. I don't know. It's what I get when the world is bursting into flames before my eyes. But like I said, like Banjo has that it gets periodically more difficult as you go on, and Sonic it's just the poor control. But Crash Bandicoot, I would say, is definitely on the harder end of that spectrum, because not only is there such little margin for error in this game, but they don't give you time to think out your moves a lot of the time. And it gets even worse when the time trials are implemented. And yes, as I showed you guys, you can do the time trials in this particular level. You can do the time trials in this particular level, but I gotta wait for... Oh, shit! Jumped too early. Let me fix my butt. There we go. Much better. If to factor a level like this in to doing one of the time trials and to getting one of the time relics, I don't even know why they bothered adding it into this game. Like for Crash 2 I get, because there are ways you can skimp out and cheat out certain portions of... How did I die? What the hell happened? You know, whatever. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do, game. Game, do your own shit. I don't care. I will say, though, one of the ways to truly understand and master how this game functions, one of the best ways to do that is essentially to throw caution to the wind and just go for it sometimes. Especially this game in particular. Crash 2 gives you a little bit more time to think things over, and Crash 3 is significantly easier in those regards. But honestly, I think like this, one of the best ways to go about a Crash Bandicoot game is essentially just throw caution to the wind sometimes. That doesn't mean to say that it'll work all the time. Sometimes, a lot of the times, you can miss a very easy to get jump, or have your timing slightly be off. Case in point. Alright, I need this lizard to come over here, because as you can see, there's a box up there that will let us trigger some more boxes to be opened. And we will get our first Cortex token. Okay. I don't know if that helps, because I'm pretty sure we missed one of them. So I'm pretty sure we're up Shit's Creek without a paddle. But hey, it's not the end of the world. These friggin' bats. Why is it always in platforming games that bats are the most annoying? Hell, just in games in general, bats end up being the most annoying things in the universe. Like, I was doing a 120 star run of Mario 64 the other day, and I'm dead. And the bats in Hazy Maze Cave, as I was trying to get the friggin' 100% run, were just so obnoxious that I'm like, you guys are making the bats from Lion King look easy to deal with. And did we get it? I think we got it. What have we got? I guess they hold on to the fact that we got the Cortex thing. Ha 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 ha. Nice try. Nice try. Nice try. And jump and jump and wait. I almost jumped again, but I said wait and be patient. Patience is key. Patience is key. Oh, here's the other one. Okay. I guess I was one off. There you go. I knew there was one on top of the rocks. I knew there was a, I knew there was a Cortex token on one of those things, but I didn't know if it was that earlier one or not, but apparently it wasn't, so we will be able to get the next level unlocked. Now don't worry, the level that you get with the keys is not mandatory to beating the game, but if you want to beat the game 100%, obviously you do. It's like those secret levels in Super Mario World, where, wait for it, thank you. It's like those secret levels in Mario World that aren't exactly, like, demanded for you to beat Bowser. But if you want to beat the game 100%, you kinda do. What have we got? But look how few boxes we have. That's how basically follow the level of boxes that I've broken, and that'll show you how far we are into the level. This is a very long and tedious level. In fact, wow, we are shooting past my normal cutoff time for these for Crash Bandicoot episodes. We might be approaching Spyro territory in terms of having to end up cutting some of these episodes in half. I mean, I don't imagine it's going to take us that much longer to get through this level, but you know, I don't want to be here forever. We have other games and shenanigans we have to do, for example. And I missed the jump. Like I said, it's bound to happen more often than you think. again. Jump. Wait. Go. Jump. There you go. And I've actually noticed as I was working on this and having the videos processed that somebody actually made ROM hack versions of Crash Bandicoot. I honestly think that is the most evil thing someone could possibly do. Because imagine Kaizo Mario level nonsense in a Crash Bandicoot game. Like, all those shenanigans that you have to do. And there's the third Cortex token, which means we've unlocked the ability to go see Dr. Cortex. Or take on one of Cortex's challenge rooms, I don't know. Either way. Now, the Cortex rooms are obviously the most challenging of them all. It involves precision jumping, precision timing. There's almost no margin for error in these. And one hiccup can usually result in you losing everything. But we did really good there, and we got ourselves the key to unlock a new stage. Which is good. So we're not just gonna slowly truck our way through this game. And what do you know? We've unlocked all the Tawna Bandicoot tokens too. And there's her platform. Let's go see what Tawna has to show for us today. Hopefully it's a lot of lives, because that friggin' bridge level took so many of my lives away. Boom, 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 shaboom, 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 and boom. And those should blow up on their own. And they did. Perfect. Got 2 extra lives. Maybe 3 if the Wumpa fruits will count, and they do not. Again, not the end of the world. No! And I'm dead. Fortunately, though, those Tawna spots end up being save points, so I do appreciate that. But yeah, somebody went out of their way to make Kaizo versions of Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3 levels, and I'm just like, why? The good news about it, and as oh wow, I thought I was gonna burn again. The good news is there's only so much you can do to make levels in Crash 2 and 3 be brutally difficult. It's not like Mario where you could just put slightly difficult facets of I'm gonna die. I am truly, sincerely going to die. This is metangical. Absolutely metangical. There's, like, with Mario, you take some gimmicks and you multiply them by, like, 60 kajillion, and that's one thing. But with Crash, you can't really do much to make it that challenging, because at least with Kaizo Mario 64, there's things you can change. Like, you can move the star location for it to be complicated. But if you get the star, you're essentially done with that mission. In Crash, if you get the gems, or you beat the game, you still have to do... Come on. Oh, you're not gonna... That's as far as you're gonna go? Okay, Lizard Man, that's as far as you're gonna go, then. So there's only so much you can do to make a Crash Bandicoot game extremely convoluted and challenging. More so than it already is. And hey, we got ourselves another gem of completion! We got us a key, we got us a gem, and let's see how high that percentage completion streak will go up. Holy shit! 7% points for just one level. That is bonkers. Yeah, we're almost at 25 minutes, so I'm going to call things off here. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm your friendly neighborhood Endman64. Join me next time when we take on Koala Kong. Until we meet again, my lovelies, sayonara.